inhabited the Americas, which
Exactly.
is North, Central, and South. So
Right.
that's America, that's Central America, that's South America, from the tip of New York
Right.
to the bottom tip of Chile and Argentina. That we inhabited all of that.
So these books are saying that they were practicing the Hebrews' rituals because why? They were the Hebrews.
They are.
We
Right.
just proved, you proved that, not on this one if you just tuned in, but you proved last year on the show before that how the 9.5 tribes, and when I say 9, well, I'll just say 9 or 10 tribes. I'll say 9 tribes. And when I say that, I'm talking about the so-called Spanish-speaking tribes. And when I say Spanish-speaking, because those were the ones, because you're not Spaniards.
Right.
Okay, so don't get, they get proud over their little language.
Right.
You were conquered, just like the so-called Negroes. You conquer with English. The West Indians were conquered with who was it? French? No, not.
It was French. Yeah.
It was French.
The Haitians.
And then
French.
the Haitians was French, right? So we got to understand that.
French and British.
British. That's what I was looking for.
right.
The British. So when you understand that you 9 tribes, you 10 tribes, you historically. The evidence is showing that you followed the customs of Israel because you were.
Right. Mm-hmm.
See?
This is another excerpt. This is from the same book here that I'm holding here.
Wow.
By Meyer Kaiserling, but it says Christopher Columbus. He was also very fond of reading the Bible, and the 4th book of Ezra, which we read to y'all last time. This book right here, the Apocrypha, has the 1st and 2nd Esdras, which are the 3rd and 4th books of
And that's
Ezra.
when they took it out.
Right.
Because if you look up the Bible originally, it had it in there.
Right.
But they take it out because there's history that's in there.
Right. And it says, and the 4th book of Ezra, which was probably written by a Jew who lived outside of Palestine, according to his own assertion, the incentive that impelled him to plan his discoveries was not a love of science, but his interpretation of the prophecies of Isaiah. In Portugal, Columbus earnestly conceived the idea of making maritime discoveries by the way of the West. So he knew from reading the Bible that the earth was not flat, that you were not going to fly off the edge of the earth. He knew from reading Isaiah, where it talks about the circle of the globe, that the earth was round. And he also knew from 2nd Esdras that we read to y'all last week about that they went to another land. They were actually looking for the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. And that's what we needed those other books. But he tells you that in I think it's History of the West Indies and New Spain, that he tells you that they knew that those were the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, that those people over there, before they sent Columbus, before King Ferdinand and Isabella sent Columbus over, they sent him to destroy the lost tribes of Israel and to bring on the last days.
Right.
And that's what's crazy is we're over here sitting here acting like, oh, he discovered everything, and they just were ignorant, and he accidentally bumped into America, and okay, he accidentally bumped into a new world and destroyed everybody that was there. No, that doesn't happen by accident. You have a purpose. You have a plan.
Yeah, and you know what? This goes back to as I don't know if we're going to be able to get into it today, but Deuteronomy. Right. It goes right into that to show why. Right. Because once we understand all this, we understand it was a plan of the Most High. Right. And that the 12 tribes of Israel, we disobeyed the commandments of the Most High. Mm-hmm. So the Most High used this vile animal, this vile man, rapist, child molester, homosexual to destroy from the Spaniards to the English to the French. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Let me correct myself. From the Spanish Caucasian, French Caucasian, English Caucasian. Right.
Because the original inhabitants of all those lands were not Edom, or they were not Caucasians. Right. But they were all dark skinned. But the Caucasians took them over.
The Caucasians took them over, exactly. And then the Most High put this man over us because we disobeyed the commandments of the Most High. Right. You know, so where are you going from here?
I actually want to give one more scripture in Matthew 25, verse 32. And this is, again, for those of you Israelites, for you, especially y'all Baptists, that are real hard-headed out there. For a lot of y'all different Catholic, y'all stuck in the religion. You know what I mean? I don't want to pinpoint everybody specifically, but you're real hard-headed and you want to say that this doesn't matter, all right? About the color, about the nationality, and what does that matter? I'm an American. This is what Christ said on the subject. Read Matthew 25, verse 32.
Matthew 25 and verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So Christ is indeed.
Read 31. Read 31.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Verse 31.
Uh-huh.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
See that? So when Christ comes back at the very end of everything, all right, this is the end of the book he's giving you. When he comes back, read.
And sit upon the throne of his glory.
Read.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So just like you all dreamed, he's going to gather all nations together. Everyone's going to be all huddled up together, right? Your little white boys will be sitting right next to little black girls, and all that Martin Luther King BS, right, is all going to come to pass. And then what's going to happen when all the nations are gathered together? Read.
And he shall separate.
He shall do what?
Separate.
No, he's going to let them join hand in hand.
He shall separate.
Wait, no. They're going to have parades and be like hugged up on each other.
He shall separate them.
He's going to separate them. He's going to separate the nations. He didn't say the people. He's going to separate one from the other, the righteous from the wicked. He's talking about nations.
Right.
Nationalities are going to be separated.
Right. I got one right with that.
Right, read on.
One from another.
Right, one from another. Go ahead.
As shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Right, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
So let me say this. You liars, you lying, filthy pastors and preachers, shame on you for saying that we're all spiritual Israelites. No.
Right.
There's nobody. That's like me saying I'm spiritually Chinese. That's ignorance. Nobody can be a spiritual nationality.
Right.
We're not spiritual. We are actually the descendants of our forefathers.
Well, yeah, there are spiritual, traitors and nationality. They call them sellouts. You know
Right.
what I mean? You Uncle Tom.
Yeah,
niggas, you know what I mean?
exactly.
The sell out your own people and join the police force and beat down your own people. Those are, you're a spiritual, spiritual white man or a spiritual Chinese man.
That's true.
Any of these other nations that have oppressed us, you're just helping them out.
Yeah.
So in that, yeah, you can be spiritually some other nation, but you can't be, when Christ comes down, he's going to separate your spirituality from the real nation of Israel.
Let me throw in a little wrench into this, a little spiritual wrench in this. Go to Revelation 7, verse 1. And I want to throw this in there to show everybody, show brothers and sisters, and I guess we're touching on really the importance of all this historical evidence that you've been bringing out, the importance of why we have to know we're Israel. But if this is going to bring a little more understanding to brothers and sisters, read that Revelation 7 and 1. I want to say this. We're live here every Saturday at 8 o'clock. You can call in. You can text us when the number comes on the screen. We're going to start back our street speaking Saturdays at 10 next weekend on 1000 Main. Okay, and we do have local classes on the address.
8524 South Braeswood Boulevard. Excuse me. It's right there on the bottom of the screen.
There
That's
you go.
in Houston, Texas. All right.
Right.
77070, I believe.
Okay.
If you have to Google it or map.
So they can come to class, and we just opened up our school. So right now we're getting all these things prepared for you, brothers and sisters. So I just wanted to throw that in here.
Right.
So and let me say this: we are bringing out this information of all Israel, of the Israelites, but we welcome anybody to come to class. We welcome we welcome Caucasians to come to class. If you're going to teach the truth, come to class. Whether it's Chinese, you know what I mean?
Right.
You come to class. We welcome you. But this is what we're upset about mainly in the spirit of Christ is that the truth won't be taught. These religions are not teaching our people that they're chosen people and that they're the next kings and priests of the earth and that the Lord is going to use you to get the world right. That's what the prophecies say. And they leave these important things out and act as though the scriptures don't bring them out. And it's important for our people to know who you are, to empower you, to empower your children, to empower your family and your nation, to come out of the drugs, the gangs, the defilement, trusting in Obama, trusting in Pharaoh like he's going to save you, trusting in these politics. Man, do your history. American politics have been set up for hundreds of years,
Right.
have yet instilled the dream is still trying to come true. Why? Because that's exactly what it is. It's only a dream.
And those politics have destroyed every other nation that used the same politics. Germany got destroyed when Hitler took everybody's guns and took over it. They're destroyed. Rome, same thing, same politics, democracy, Republicans, that's gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and we're trusting in those same old tactics that destroyed nations.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Same ideals.
Right.
Same ideals that George Washington, Abraham Lincoln,
right,
all the way on up, these different presidents had these different ideals, but yet still America ain't got it together after 100 years because it ain't going to get it together. Look at the scriptures and you will get these things. It'll become clear to you. Read that, Revelation 7 and verse 1.
Revelation 7 and 1.
Uh-huh.
And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right, so these angels we're going to find out are the 4 angels that the Most High set up to hold back the destruction until a certain point. Read. That
the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea.
Read.
Nor on any tree.
Right, now this wind is going to, the scripture is going to explain what the wind is. Read.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east.
Read.
Having the seal
Ezekiel 9 and 4.
of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Right, so and it says in verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. So what was that seal? Read Ezekiel 9 verse 4.
Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
That seal, that is the same thing as we know this mark. Just as you have the mark of the beast, you have the seal and you have the mark of the Most High. So he was saying, this angel came and said, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, read.
Saying, in a loud voice.
No. It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea. So this angel that had this seal said, don't hurt the earth, don't destroy the earth, don't destroy the sea. Now, what we're finding out is this prophecy has happened. It's happening. Because what just happened over there in, what was it, Korea or Japan, that the meltdown, they had the meltdown of the dang
nuclear reactor.
The nuclear reactor.
Okay.
And what happened to the water? The water, the seas got hurt. We already know the earth is getting hurt. Earthquakes, famines, pestilence. Now, listen, and we don't usually go over this on the cable show because this is something for class. But the Most High is saying that this wasn't going to happen until a certain point. Read.
Till we have sealed.
Until what?
We have sealed.
We have did what?
We have sealed.
This seal, which is this mark, was this, as this process is happening, see, something else was going to be happening. The destruction was going to be held back. So put it together, brothers and sisters. The Most High is saying that destruction will not happen until they have what?
We have sealed.
Read.
The servants of our God.
Now listen to this. See, this is why they don't want to teach you that you are the Israelites. This is why they don't want to teach you that you're the chosen people of God. Because they know the prophecies. They've been trying to hold back the prophecies of God for many hundreds of years. Why? Because they know when the children of Israel are sealed, their reign is over. Right. Their time is coming to an end. And that's what we've been doing. It ain't about numbers, because listen to what the scriptures are saying. Read.
We have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Read.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
Read.
And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Wait a minute, of all nations.
Of the children of Israel.
Right, listen, the first focus on this chapter, the first focus on this point was that the children of Israel were going to be sealed. So why would you say it's not important?
Right.
That we're children of Israel. You're not understanding that what the Most High has set up compared to what you have set up is nothing. What the Most High plans are is nothing. And this is why we have to really understand the importance of you knowing this historical evidence.
Right.
All these scriptures and all this archaeology that the brother's been bringing out. Read.
Of the tribe of Judah.
Of the what?
Tribe of Judah.
Read.
Were sealed 12,000.
Read.
Of the tribe of Reuben.
You get the point. It goes all the way down to the 12 tribes of Israel. See? And then it goes down and says, yes, and after this I beheld and lo, a great multitude that no man could number of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues stood before the great throne. Why? Because there are going to be some nations that's going to be there.
Right.
Who else is going to build our kingdom? The nations. So the Most High, but it's important for you to know that 12,000 of the children of Judah, you will be the governing body. 12,000 of the tribe of Benjamin, 12,000, put that sign back up. And this is why it's important. This is why we constantly point this out, that you children of Israel, you got to get your act together. Because as you see this destruction happening, you're either going to be the chosen or you're going to be on the side of destruction.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you believe in? You putting your trust in Pharaoh, you putting your trust in this economy and this system and your little 9 to 5 and $9 an hour? Or are you really putting your trust in the Most High? You trying to listen to what Pastor Gimme Mo Money says, that we supposed to come down and pray for the corrupt, the corruption, the chaos, the corrupt system, the corrupt kingdom?
Right.
I'm sorry, man, but go ahead, Where are we at?
No, it need to be brought out. I actually want to bring out one on that.
Okay.
I
wanted to bring it out because all this evidence, they try to shove it off and say, oh, it's not important.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to show them there's many scriptures to show why it's significant to understand the children of Israel need to be taught, need to be shown.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Now, this is Isaiah chapter 60. If you can grab that real quick. And start at verse 10.
Isaiah 60 and 10, right?
Mm-hmm. Got it?
Isaiah 60 verse 10. And the sons of the strangers shall build up the walls.
Right, so what it's saying is, yes, there will be other nations in the kingdoms. When it's talking about strangers, it's talking about these nations outside of Israel. Mm-hmm. There will be other nations in the kingdom, but what will they be doing?
Build up thy walls.
They'll be building our walls, like you so-called Mexicans be building up all their mansions and building up all their homes now and don't live in them. And that's one of the curses we were going to go through in Deuteronomy chapter 28. That y'all build up their houses and you don't lie in them. You don't live in them. You know what I mean? Y'all getting 2-3 jobs building their nation, building their houses. And what they do, put you back on the street corner outside of Home Depot.
Right.
They want to look down on you. They want to call you, try to get you out of
border
their country.
Jumpers. Right, exactly.
Read on.
Right. And I'm going to say this. When you go to, we impel you to read from verse 1 because it's powerful. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness the people. The Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to thy brightness, and to thy rising. When they read that, the Gentiles, they're going to come in. Yes, they are. Verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. You're right. The Gentiles are going to come to our light.
Right.
They're going to come to our rising. Yes, they are going to be there.
Right.
To build up thy walls.
Well, read verse 12. Verse 12.
Verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right, so he's going by nationality again. He's saying the nation and kingdom that will not serve you Israelites will perish. So if it's a so-called white man that's too prideful to say, you know what, I'm going to serve these black men now. I'm going to serve these Mexican men now.
Just like we did. Right. Just like the border jumpers, the niggas, the spics, serve and build your kingdom.
Right.
The Most High said, this is a prophecy.
Yeah.
This has not happened.
Right.
The Most High said this is going to happen. When has it happened yet? It hasn't.
Right.
So we're looking forward to that.
Right. That's what again, Christopher Columbus was taking stock in these prophecies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
Was knowing that
there
these
you go.
people were the Israelites, and that's why they came over here. They knew, okay, we got to kill them. We
Right.
can't go back and serve them.
Right.
You know what I mean? This Bible
Exactly.
says we're going to
We gotta-
serve
we
those
gotta,
people.
We got to do away with them.
Right.
We got to wipe them from the planet of the earth. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Now, just a little key point, a little Jew to throw in there. Brothers and sisters, now go to the New Testament and look up where it was quoted that the Gentiles shall come to that light, and you will really get it in the true perspective of what it was saying. Because now you can go back to the Old Testament and refer to, reference what was he talking about when the Gentiles were going to come to the light. The scriptures is telling you through the whole chapter. In verse 10, and the sons of the stranger shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. It says, therefore thy gate shall be open continually. They shall not be shut night or day or night, that men shall bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings shall be may be brought.
Right, so all their major forces, all their Army, Navy, Marines, Special Forces, all their kings, their leaders are going to be brought to Israel. They're going to be brought under our light.
Well, another thing I wanted to say this, and I know we're going off into, this, about this new kingdom, but it's important to really understand that this is what the Most High has planned.
Right.
He planned this for the chosen. He planned this for the children of Israel. Right. This is, brothers and sisters, this is going to happen on earth as it is in heaven. The earth will be in order. You know what I mean? I just want to say that because we were taught in religions, oh, you're going to die to get to the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
That is the kingdom of God.
Right.
But the kingdom of God will be on earth as it is in heaven.
Right.
You want me to finish up?
Yeah, yeah.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and their kings shall be brought unto thee. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right. So again, they will be there, but if they're not there in servitude, if they're there in pride, if they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments of God in Christ, they will perish. They'll be killed. Read.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly waste.
They will be utterly wasted. There will be no more Chinese. There will be no more Indians. There will be no more Arabs if they will not serve Israel.
And this is what they're not understanding, why it was so important for them to wipe us clean from the earth. We're going to wipe their name from the earth.
Right.
You are never going to think, when's the last time you think chosen? I'm a nigga. I'm a spick. I'm a wetbag. I'm not chosen.
Right.
Just give me my 9 to 5 and big screen TV.
That's why they want us in
I'm
Islam
good.
and all these other
Hold on, my
religions.
nigga. Hold on, my nigga. Listen. They just legalized marijuana. You trying to... That's all I need. This is the damn stupidity of our people.
Yep.
Man, I'm getting paid $14 an hour. You talking about chosen, Israelite. Nigga, look how funny you are. That's the stupidity of our people. Because they want to take a block and we want to take the world.
Right.
And we're not saying we're going to get guns because this ain't going to happen like that.
Right.
This is going to happen through Christ coming back. So this is why it's important we learn our history.
Right.
It's important we learn what happened to us. We got 8 minutes left. I know we ain't going to be able to go over Deuteronomy, but what you want to touch on?
Well, like I said, I was bringing out these different books here. And this one was major because I just got a hold of this. But he talks about, the different tribes, the different peoples and these different conquistadors that came over. And, I'm just going to read these little excerpts as the show is closing out. But this one here is page 96 of Christopher Columbus and the Participation of the Jews.
Yeah, show them the book right there. Put the book up there.
So that's this book right here, Christopher Columbus and the Participation of the Jews in the Spanish and Portuguese discoveries. All right? And it's page 96. It says, Montesinos, who possessed the manuscripts of Luis Lopez, the learned bishop of Quito, was convinced that the Peruvians were of Jewish origin. So if you have, if there's a map up there with Central America, or at least this Western Hemisphere, you could put that up. But
put the 12 tribes sign up.
The Peruvians will be in about northern South America. All right. So he was convinced that the Peruvians were of Jewish origin. It says the view of Rodin and of Gregorio Garcia that the Aborigines of America, talking about North, Central, and South, were descendants of the Jews, was maintained with many arguments in one and the same year, 1650, independently by the Englishman Thorogood and by the Portuguese Jew Manasseh ben Israel.
Right, and the Peruvians will come up to Argentina and Chile, or is that
Right. The Peruvians will be considered, let's see, Zebulon.
Asher? They would be considered Asher. Colombia to Uruguay.
There you go. Right. Yeah, I needed the map up there because that's where we get to see it clear. But
yeah, where's that map at?
It says a renowned rabbi of Amsterdam who induced Cromwell to allow the Jews to return to England. A Portuguese Marano of Villaflor, who, strange to say, also called himself Montesinos and afterwards assumed the name Aaron Levi, informed Manasseh that he had mingled in South America with Jews of the 10 tribes.
Right. You know what's powerful about this is that, see, this is why the Most High said, go to all nations.
Right.
Because you got a lot of our people over there white as hell.
Yeah.
You would never know that they're Israelites.
Right.
So it's not about, it was about reaching the chosen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of Israelite brothers, I think we lack, a lot of Israelite groups lack the understanding that there's no way we're going to reach Israel if we think there's just going to be one shade.
Right.
You know what I mean? We gotta go to all nations because that's where our people are scattered. All nations. And we're going to lose it.
Right.
We're going to lose them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's powerful right there, man. That's a beautiful book.
Yeah. And, just, what we were going to go into, what we're going to go into either next show to give you the recap of everything. We know 933 BC is split, right? Israel split. 722 BC, you tribes, if you can throw that tribe sign up there, your 9.5 tribes, that's talking about from half of the tribe of Levi. When I say 9.5, that's half of a tribe of Levi. And then the other 9 tribes from Simeon down to Issachar. You came over here into the southern Americas in about 722, 723 BC. All right. So, and that's all. We explained that in the show before. You can find that in the scriptures. That's the same place Christopher Columbus found it in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40 on down.
Wow.
All right. And now this show that's coming up, we're going to explain that in 70 AD, and you can all write this down or record it. In 70 AD, Titus, the Roman general, under the orders of his father Vespasian, came in and conquered Jerusalem. If you can put that sign back up, the 2.5 tribes, all right, so now we're talking about Judah, Benjamin, and the other half of the tribe of Levi, right? The 2.5 tribes fled down into the interiors of Africa, where they were at constant war with the Africans and Arabs for over 1,500 years. So you take 70 AD, you add another 1,500 years, it brings you to the 1600s.
Right.
1620 is the official start of the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be going into. Hopefully next show, if we can get to that. If not, come to class. Come through and get it in class. You know, again, we're at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard.
Right. And put the school number up on there. The last 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're about a good five blocks 5 blocks north of Club Rhythms and all the Little Haiti and everything like that. So you Benjamites, you Haitians, you come on through, come see us. 8524 South
Let me ask this: do we got an email? I want the email. Do we got our email up there? Because brothers and sisters can email us. Yeah, Lost Tribes 144. We're using that one right there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can use that one. Lost Tribes 144, 144,000 at where?
AOL.com.
Okay, we could use that for meanwhile, but we'll have another one up there. But we need a. Well, you brothers and sisters, you can email us if you have any questions, comments, if you want us to go over a show. But we thank y'all for tuning in to us, and we like to say shalom, which is peace.
Shalom.